Bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite. Connosco temos April, que desde a pandemia 2020, onde se deu o seu despertar espiritual. Implementa na sua vida prática, do dia a dia, as lições de um curso em Milagres, no fundo todo o ser humano, realmente, quer tenha consciencia ou não. Quer duas coisas, ser feliz e ser paz. Gostem, partilhem e subscrevam o canal Sinergias Holisticas, onde a espiritualidade somos todos nós.
Hello, April again. How are you?
Hi.
Thank you. So, can you tell us, please, to our listeners, how all start in your life to spirituality?
What got me started on it?
Yes, if you want to share with us.
Oh, yes. Honestly, about back in 2020, I had my first spiritual awakening, and then about 3 years ago, I started reading A Course in Miracles. So I've been studying A Course in Miracles for about 3 years, and then more seriously implementing it probably the past year.
Okay. And can you explain us a little bit in detail what is a spiritual awakening? What really is? Because some people are confused because they think, oh, when I'm get out of a depression, I'm automatically spiritual awakened. Not is not really that, isn't it?
From my perspective, I believe a spiritual awakening is whenever you wake up to the existence of a whole other world that you didn't previously know existed, and you still can't quite see it physically in your reality, but you can feel it. It's something that you can feel in your heart. And so it's almost like another chamber of your heart has been activated, and you're more aware on a dimensional level of something that's always been here, but you were closed off to it, and then all of a sudden you're just activated to it. Does that make sense?
Yes. For example, I have two times of spiritual awakening. I first started reading books very young, at 12 and 13 years old. Very complex books for me, I think. Then I left the books because they start to mixing up with my death, and I thought I was being crazy reading that kind of books, spiritual books about phantoms and about demons and about everything you can imagine in spirituality, the good and the bad. So I left reading the books, and after that, 10 years after, I start feeling connected with the nature. You know, when I don't know if you remember 30 years ago when there was a movement with this thing about saving the raining forests in Amazonia, in Brazil. So I start to get a second awakening, being connected with nature, and beside that with everyone else. So each we are the same because I start also with my friend start reading the Course in Miracles a year ago, and it's a very difficult book to read because if you are in your ego, you don't understand. You have to left the ego behind. So people have different kind of paths to go to the spirituality. We are the same, okay? We are the same energy, but the paths we go are different. Do you agree?
Yes. I think like the overarching, I think there's like an overarching path, which is our collective return home to God. But then whenever we break down into lower dimensional realities, we kind of individuate and have a more unique individual path. So we're individual in that sense, but I think eventually, or not eventually, I think while it's all individuated on the lower dimensionals, on the lower dimensional levels, whenever you get up to the higher dimensional realms, it's all one path that is the same, that's just leading us back home to God.
So if you are implementing the Course in Miracles every day, every lesson?
Well, I haven't finished the book. I've been reading it slowly, but I do implement it every day. My forgiveness lessons. Yes, it's humbling. It's a humbling journey.
Yes, and you feel a little more in peace with you and with the others.
Yes, yes. I feel as though I'm a vastly different, like I am vastly different than I was 3 years ago when I started reading it, for sure. And I must say that the majority of the reason why has to be from A Course in Miracles and implementing it in my life.
So you think A Course in Miracles is a book? It's easy to read or no? What do you think, from your perspective?
At the beginning, when I first started reading it, it was very challenging to read, and I had to reread the same paragraph over and over and over again. But the longer I sit with and implement, and the more used to the language I got of how it's written, the easier it has become to read and understand.
Yes, me also. I still reading, not reading because our friend, we have a group on WhatsApp, and she publishes lesson by lesson every day a lesson, okay, in audio, like a kind of audio book. So
Yeah, I love that.
you create a WhatsApp group, and a teacher tells us every day a lesson of Course in Miracles. But sometimes it's difficult to understand. And what do? Because I just want peace. So even if there is something word I don't understand, I go a bypass, and I don't let the word affecting me. You know what I mean? The words, it's because she tells us, our teacher tells us that the words are a kind of a separation, because in the realm of God there is no words, there is only silence. So you don't need the words to talk to God, just silence, pure silence. Do you agree?
You almost have to read it from your heart.
Yes.
Like you have to bypass your logical mind
Yes.
and almost take the words as they come and just like bypass the mind and drop down into your heart and read it that way. It's kind of hard to explain.
Yes, because the course cannot be understood like an easy book, like a romance. You know, the course,
Right.
it cannot be read like that. It,
Right.
you have to have a mindset of, as you say, an open heart to receive the message. Even if you don't understand, you should trust the message. So the trick is to trust. Yes.
Yes, I did read another book called The Disappearance of the Universe, and
Oh my
that
God!
was a book.
Another book.
Have you
Yes.
have you read that?
Yes.
Yes, and that helped me tremendously understanding A Course in Miracles.
Okay.
Because it was in that, I think they brought it up in that book.
And you, before that, do you try any kind of spiritual paths, like for example astrology or Reiki or tarot? No, nothing like that.
No, I never really got into that. I do have my own personal like oracle decks and tarot that I
Okay.
will pull for myself occasionally, but it's not something I do often. I use my main form of connection is really just prayer and meditation.
Okay, prayer meditation. A little bit like Buddhist Zen. You know Buddhist Zen? It's very similar with the
Yes.
Course in Miracle. It's silence, meditation, silence, and meditation, and prayer, of course.
Yes, that's my main practice.
But do you agree that the Course in Miracles also help us to know yourself better?
Yes, I think that it helps reveal to us our false selves. It helps shine light on the egoic constructs that we live our life through and not even realize it. So whenever you begin working with A Course in Miracles, you begin to see the stories that you've been making up in your own mind and being able to bring them to the light and dissolve them, right? Because whenever we bring something to the light, if it's not the truth, it'll dissolve. So the more of the illusions that we create in our own mind that we're able to dissolve just by sitting in stillness and bringing our awareness to it, the deeper we root ourselves into our truth and our authenticity, and the deeper of a connection we begin to build with our I am presence.
So you think for example, in the challenge of your everyday life, what kind of technique you use? You start praying, you start dissolving the thing that hurts you. What kind of techniques you use to be being with yourself?
Something I love to do, that I do often, not every single day, but as often as I remember, if I'm sitting with something that feels uncomfortable or scary, I will just say, I'll pray to God and I say, show me, God, the way that you see this, show me the way that you see this, God. Show me this world the way that you see this world. Show me myself the way that you see me. And then I'll just, after I say that prayer, I'll sit in pure awareness and it just dissolves.
Yes, exactly. It's the same thing. We call it, I don't know if you use that expression, Holy Spirit. We
Yes.
Holy Spirit. So we deliver everything to the Holy Spirit to be dissolved. Only He can dissolve it. Yes,
I feel like a lot of people, and I, at the beginning of my journey, felt like it was like this grueling, hard work that I had to do. Like I had to go through and like tear out all the seeds that had come to harvest that I didn't want. I felt like I needed to like do all this grueling labor to get rid of them. But the longer I'm on this path, the more I realize that we actually don't need to do any grueling labor. We just need to bring it to God, and God will dissolve it instantly.
So it's like a bit being the flow. You just let the flow go, and you do not offer any resistance at all.
Right. I don't go searching for limiting beliefs. I don't go like digging up anything. I just kind of am in the present moment. And when something arises, I notice it, and I see when I'm in a story that my mind created, and then I just sit with it and it dissolves, and then I just move through it with more ease and grace every day.
Okay. And what can you are teaching the Course in Miracles? What is your spiritual path right now? Can you tell us a little bit?
So what I talk about mainly on my page is living in heart-based consciousness, and just trusting in life and no longer trying to grab and seek external, because whenever we grab and seek external from us, we're reaffirming that we don't have it. And so we're watering that seed of lack and separation when we're grabbing outside of ourselves. So when we can surrender to everything our mind thinks that we want, that we can only get outside of us, whenever we can surrender that and drop deeper into our heart and follow the callings of our heart and each now moment, and just let our lives unfold for us in the present moment without worry or stress or pressure, we actually step into our most miraculous life rather than trying to control our lives from our mind, because whenever we are trying to control, it's like we're placing limitations around the possibilities. Whereas when we drop into our heart and follow the calling, even if it doesn't make sense to our mind, we are stepping into the unknown. We're stepping into infinite and limitless potential. And this is where the magic and the miracles happen.
I can see you have beautiful trees beside you.
Yes.
You're outside in the garden. So it's a good analogy because it's strange how the trees don't need any Course in Miracles. They are what they are. Exactly. The trees are the pure, perfect example of what is being. They just be, nothing more. Yes? Tree is a tree. Nothing more, nothing else. But human, because I read the Bible. Do you read the Bible years before or no?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I've read like books about the hidden gospel and things, but I haven't actually read the Bible.
So to try to justify the separation that is called in the Course in Miracles, what many times I meditate about the issue, and there are these patterns like the trees are the true self. You are lots of trees behind you, and the trees are trees. They don't pretend to be something that they are not. Yes, but our humans start to being separate from God as soon as we start to construct our ego patterns, our worlds, our society, our dreams, but everything construct outside of us. That's a problem. That's how we call it, the separation. The separation that the Course in Miracles talks. The separation is when you go seek outside your true nature. So the three are a good example of what is to be, just be, nothing more, just pure silence. They exist and they don't need to talk, like as humans. So we have to return. Sometimes I feel maybe if we one day altogether humanity return to nature, pure nature, as our ancestors 10,000 years ago, before the beginning of this civilization, maybe they were more happy. Okay, they are not technology, but maybe they don't need technology. Maybe they need to be happy, because in the end, I don't know if you agree, every human being in the pure, what they really, really, really want, two things: to be happy and peace. Do you agree?
Yes, I do agree.
Uh,
I think that the more we can, like with the trees, the more we can focus more on our internal garden and understanding that we really truly do have everything that we need within us. It's just clouded by thought forms and emotions that we're afraid to look out, so we've been suppressing them, and because we've been suppressing them, they cloud our truth, and so we believe we can't find our truth, or that we don't have a truth, and so then we're grasping outside of ourselves trying to find the truth, when if we could just be brave and courageous and sit with the discomfort that arises within and let it dissolve, we'll find that what we've been searching for has truly always been guiding us and with us. It's just been a little fogged over by all of the things we were afraid to look at.
yes, I agree also. And do you think that this day and age, you think that artificial intelligence is an opportunity or a threat to humanity? What do you think? What do you really, really think?
I believe in and of itself it's neutral, and then for good and for the light, then it becomes something that's good and of the light. But when people who have more nefarious intentions use it, then it turns into whatever they're using it for. But I don't think it's inherently good or bad. I think it's a neutral thing that we give meaning to.
Yes, of course, it's the beginning of A Course in Miracles. You have to change the perception of everything you think it's bad. You have to change the perception. It's a question of perception, of point of view. Yes, it's true. Do you are still in search inside you what your mission in this life? Do you have a mission? Do you think, or you are still searching inside you of you what is your mission in this life?
You know, I just had such an intense experience yesterday that clarified this for me in a meditation I had, where truly my mission is just to embody the presence of heaven on earth, just become the embodiment of that, and to share my experience and to share my story and my path with others who are also here to become the embodiment of heaven on earth, so that we can co-create and truly anchor the frequencies of heaven into earth. And that's how we change the world. We don't wait around for the external to shift and wait like we're going to wake up one day and we're just going to be in some like paradise. It doesn't work that way. We must first become the paradise from within. And then the more of us who embody this paradise, the more of us who embody heaven on earth, our world will begin to become a reflection of that.
Yes, you are true, because Hermes Trismegistus, it was a magician 5,000 years ago, and he was a mantra, as in heaven, as in earth. So we have to be in the same, as you say, the frequency and the same emotional attitude as in heaven, as in the earth. So our mission is not to save the world, as A Course in Miracles, but to save ourselves. And by saving ourselves, you save the world. It's true, yes?
Yes, yes. Isn't that funny?
Yes, because in A Course in Miracles, there are no heroes. For example, the Bible or another religions, they are waiting for the Messiah, you know, that came from wherever. So the Course in Miracles, it's different because we are our own Messiah. We are our own Savior. Yes, it's very beautiful, that idea.
It's very beautiful, and it's very empowering and exciting.
Yes, because the responsibility of your life, it's yours, not
exactly
from your Savior. I don't know if you like music.
Oh, I love music.
You know a British pop group called Depeche Mode?
I don't think I've heard of them.
Okay. It was from 35 years ago. They have a music you can search after this in the internet called I Am Your Personal Jesus. So everyone wants a personal Jesus.
Yeah.
But the personal Jesus is not outside you, it's inside you. It's not outside.
Yeah. He works from within you.
Yes, not outside you. So the salvation is not outside, but inside. I think I think it's the truth. There is no more words to say. There is no more words.
It's just the truth.
It's just the truth. No more to say. Because at the same point, there is no more words. When you start to reading the Course in Miracles, just there is no more words to say. There is nothing more to say. Just silence.
That is so true. I have noticed that ever since I started studying and implementing A Course in Miracles, I definitely talk less and spend more time just being that pure awareness.
Yes. So you are doing your ego death.
Yes. You know, I didn't realize that that's what was happening until I came out the other side of it. Honestly, just in the past few months, I think it took me this past 4 or 5 years to like really and I'm probably still doing it. I don't know. There's probably many ego deaths that happen over the course of our entire lifetime.
Yes.
But I definitely just had a really big one that took about 4 years because my ego is very stubborn and loud. But
okay, so in the Course in Miracle, it's a course that we have to read until the end of our life. Do you agree or no?
I think it's a good thing to study and implement, and yeah, I don't know. I guess it would depend person to person if you still felt the need for it throughout your whole entire life, or I believe if we truly absorb and embody the teachings of it, we don't need the book anymore because we become it.
Yes, yes. But when we are still in the ego, we need.
Then it's good. It's a good reminder.
Yes, yes, because our teachers tell we have to remind her every day that we are God inside.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to remind ourselves every day.
Yes, and just choosing to water that seed, the spark of God consciousness, the seed of God that we have in our heart, choosing to water that every single day rather than choosing to water the desires and stories of the ego, because whatever we choose to water or focus our attention on is what's going to grow. So even if you feel like you don't have a connection to the divine, if you just start breathing into your heart every day, it's going to start to light a fire in your heart, and it's going to grow and grow and grow until it's like, oh, obviously I'm connected to the divine, because you've been choosing it every day instead of choosing to water the ego.
Yes, of course. Don't compare. Don't seek pleasures. No, don't seek desires.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I think to not go out seeking it, but to also allow yourself to, like when desires do arise before you, like a piece of cake or something, to not limit yourself and constrict yourself and tell yourself you can't have it. But like if you're craving cake every single day, then that's your ego. But if you're at a birthday party and they have a big chocolate cake, of course, have a piece of chocolate cake. If like give in to that desire in the now moment. Do you see what I'm saying? Like
exactly, because it's like a Buddhist Zen. Go with the flow. If there is cake, okay, take it a piece. But if there is no if there is no cake, don't seek it. Let the cake go to you. Okay.
The cake will arise for you when it's time.
Exactly. Don't seek the cake. Let the cake go to you. It's beautiful. This image. It's beautiful. I think we are done. It's a very nice interview. What do you think? You have anything more to say?
Yeah, this was wonderful.
Because
this was great connecting.
Yes.
You know, this is my very first podcast interview. Yeah.
So you are okay. You are you have nothing more to say. Are you okay? Do you have something more to say?
Oh yeah, I'm good. This was good.
Okay. Me too, because as a friend of mine used to say, it's better a little but good than much but bad, you know? It's a saying.
Yes. Yeah. When the flow stops, then you just stop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Beautiful interview. Authentic, pure interview. And it's very, very nice. There is no more words to say now.
Yeah.
Just laughing.
Like we got to. Yeah.
Just laughing.
Like we're just like, oh yeah, we know. We get it.
It's happened very often in the Course in Miracles. This people start laughing, with no motive, because there is nothing more to say.
Yeah, I've been laughing for weeks now. I've just been laughing at myself because I'm like waking up. I'm having such big realizations over the past few weeks, and I just can't stop laughing. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Okay. So we'll finish now. Many thanks for you. I'm grateful.
Yes, this
to be
was
here.
beautiful.
Very beautiful, and I hope you see you in another context with more people in the Course in Miracles. By me, one day we do a Zoom live with more people in the Course in Miracles. It will be, maybe it will be fun. I don't know if you want in the future, somewhere in the future. I don't know. Let the flow.
Awesome.
Let the flow. Let the flow. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds wonderful.
Wonderful. So bye for now, and thank you very much. Bye.
Yes,
Bye.
thank you. This
Bye.
was wonderful.
Bye.
Bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite. Connosco temos Espiritual, que desde a pandemia 2020, onde se deu o seu despertar espiritual. Implementa na sua vida prática, do dia a dia, as lições de um curso em milagres, no fundo todo o ser humano, realmente, quer tenha consciencia ou não. Quer duas coisas, ser feliz e ser paz. Gostem, partilhem e subscrevam o canal Sinergias Holisticas, onde a espiritualidade somos todos nós.